Welcome to Singapore, a place where modern buildings, rich culture, and beautiful nature come together. Whether you're visiting with family or as a couple, we've got the perfect guide for you. We'll show you the best places to visit, how long to stay, and fun things to do for a hassle-free trip. Hi, I'm Avneet from Holidayfy, and today we'll take you on a journey to Singapore. Singapore is an amazing place to visit with something for everyone. It combines modern skyscrapers with colorful cultural spots like Chinatown and Little India. You can explore famous attractions like Marina Bay Sands, Gardens by the Bay, and Sentosa Island, or just enjoy delicious food from hawker centers to fancy restaurants. It's super clean, safe, and easy to get around with great public transport. Plus, there's always something happening from exciting festivals to fun shopping on Orchard Road. Singapore is a place you'll never forget. There's so much to do in Singapore, and sometimes it can get overwhelming. The best way to have a memorable and stress-free trip is to book your trip with Holidayfy's packages. You get affordable and customizable itineraries at best deals in one place. Browse through the packages that align with your interests, be it a honeymoon trip or a family trip, and we will connect you with the travel agents who will use their expertise to plan your perfect trip. Now, let's talk about how many days you need in Singapore. Whether you're planning a 3 to 5 or a 7-day trip in Singapore, Singapore can be covered in any time span. Many travel packages in Singapore include skip the line tickets for top attractions, guided tours, and even transport passes. These packages are designed for 3 to 5 days, making it super convenient for you to enjoy the city stress-free. So if you have limited time period, then do not worry because Singapore can be covered in just 3 days as well with the help of packages. Singapore is the perfect place to visit any time of the year thanks to its warm tropical weather. But here's what you need to know about the best time to plan your trip. The wet season starts from November to January, and you may expect some afternoon rain, but it's also when the city comes alive with the Christmas and New Year celebrations. The city is fun and festive, though it's a bit crowded during this time of the year. Whereas the dry season that starts from February to April experiences less rainfall and helps you explore the outdoor spots like Sentosa Island, Gardens by the Bay, Singapore Zoo. Also remember, June to August is when the city experiences a lot of tourists because of the school holiday season and big events like the Singapore Food Festival and National Day. So plan ahead. Let's review the essential entry requirements. Travelers to Singapore should know that they are required to have all of these: a passport, visa, SG card, and yellow fever vaccination. And we will be discussing all of this in depth. Firstly, you should have an original passport with a validity of 6 months. Moving on to the visa, Indian passport holders need a e-visa to travel to Singapore. You can get a visa through a travel agent or a local contact in Singapore. There are some documents required for an e-visa which are displayed on the screen. There's always a doubt about the transit visa. If you're traveling to some country with a layover in Singapore, then you do not need a visa under these 4 criteria. Firstly, if your stay is up to 96 hours. Secondly, if you stay within the transit area. Thirdly, if you do not have to pass through the immigration again. And fourthly, if your flight is booked on the same PNR. Indian travelers transiting through Singapore can also get the visa-free transit facility known as the VFTF for up to 96 hours if you have a valid visa for more than a month for countries like the US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Germany, and Switzerland. The other 2 documents required for Singapore are the SG card and the yellow fever vaccination. For all travelers who are traveling to Singapore, they need to obtain a SG arrival card with electronic health declaration within 3 days before arrival in Singapore. This can be done online or via the app My ICA mobile app. I will also link it in the description box below. Whereas for a yellow vaccination yellow fever vaccination. If you're arriving from a country with a risk of yellow fever transmission, then you need to have a vaccination certificate. But this is not required if you're traveling from India. Now we'll share the ultimate itinerary to help you make the most of your time in this vibrant city. Whether you're here for 3, 5, or 7 days, we've got you covered with the must-see attractions, exciting activities, and tips to plan the perfect trip. Let's kick off your trip with Singapore's most famous spots. Start at Merlion Park, where you see the half lion, half fish statue. It is a great place for photos, and to beat the crowds, you should get there early in the morning. Then head to Gardens by the Bay. There are different domes that you can explore with different themes. There is the futuristic Super Tree Grove and an amazing indoor waterfall at the Cloud Forest Dome. Every year there is a different theme for those domes. Like around holidays, they would have a Christmas show. So you can check out which show is currently running on their official website, which I will be also mentioning in the description box below. Then you can head to Marina Bay Sands Sky Park, which will offer amazing views of the city, and you should not miss out on them. End your day with the magical light and sound show that happens at the gardens every day from 7:45 to 8:45. This show happens every 15 minutes and is free to watch. You can cover all these things in just one day in Singapore. Another best thing in Singapore is the Sentosa Island. It has so many things to do, and you could either spend a full day or even 2 days are idle. For thrill seekers and families, it's a perfect spot to go to Universal Studios in Singapore, where you can indulge in multiple activities like thrilling roller coaster rides, water rides, 3D shows, fairy tale shows. You can also explore Hollywood movie set and a lot of street entertainment. If you are a Disney fan, then this is a dream come true. There's so much to do in Sentosa, and you can also explore its beaches or indulge in different adventures like zip lining. While you are visiting Universal Studios, there's also a pro tip for you that while you are visiting Universal Studios in the peak seasons, it's always recommended to buy an express ticket, because the queues are long and you would not want to wait hours for a ride. So this shortens the queues for you, and you can enjoy Universal Studios in a daytime as well. When you've covered the famous spots and Sentosa, you can add more activities to your trip like Singapore Zoo, Clarke, Orchard Road, and more. First, let's start with Singapore Zoo. It is famous for its open style enclosure and is a wonderful experience, as you can see animals really up close. You can also opt for a night safari to see wildlife under the star. It's a super unique experience you should not miss out on. You can never miss out on the food and shopping on a trip. Isn't that right? I mean, who does that? Go for some shopping on Orchard Road, the shopping paradise of Singapore. You can get from high-end brands to budget deals, everything in one place. Then in the evening, head to Clarke for an evening boat ride or dinner by the river. It's an amazing place to sit and just unwind after the busy day that you have had. If you have time, you can also explore the cultural side of Singapore. Start in Chinatown, where you'll find temples like Buddha Tooth Relic Temple and yummy local food. Next, visit Little India with its colorful streets and delicious Indian snacks. End your day in Kampong Glam, home to the beautiful Sultan Mosque and the Haji Lane, full of cute shops and murals. Your trip doesn't end here, as you can save your last day for Changi Airport, one of the coolest airports in the world. Check out the stunning rain vortex, the world's tallest indoor waterfall, and enjoy shopping, dining, or just relaxing before your flight. So that's all for your itinerary. There's much more you can do, but these are the most essential places to visit while you take your trip to Singapore. Commuting in Singapore is super easy. The whole city is so well connected with public transport, and you will not find it a hassle to go anywhere. You can also get a EZ Link card or buy tickets online for buses and trains. In a package, you will not need to worry about transportation as you will be assigned a cab throughout your trip. Whereas for accommodation, Singapore is on the expensive side of it, but you can still find great deals on hotels ranging from budget to luxury. If you book through an agent, you can get amazing deals in hotels and accommodations. Now let's talk about the currency and mobile network needed for Singapore. The official currency of Singapore is the Singapore dollar, also known as SGD, that is shown with the S and a dollar sign. You can also carry cash or load up your forex or debit card, which has no extra fees. Do check with your bank that your cards do not have markup fees and only carry the cards that do not have any markup fees. You can also carry USDs, which you can get easily exchanged at banks or at hotels or licensed money exchangers at airports or malls. There are also ATMs that accept major credit and debit cards, and also there are payments like Apple Pay and Google Pay, which are super popular in Singapore and make it very easy and quick for payments. Staying connected in Singapore is super easy. Many providers like StarHub and M1 offer fast 4G and 5G services. You can also grab a SIM card at Changi Airport, 7-Eleven or convenience store all over the city. You can also do another thing, that is recharging your own SIM card with an international roaming pack, but it's a bit expensive. Plus, there's free Wi-Fi in many parts of the city, so you are always in touch with your loved ones. In Singapore, if vegetarian or Indian food is a worry for you, then Little India is the answer to it. You can find authentic Indian food here and can also explore some hawkers market for vegetarian options. Well, falafel rolls are a very popular vegetarian option and is easily available. I have also added some links below for Indian and vegetarian restaurants for your help on your visit to Singapore. So click in the description box below to find those links. Thank you for exploring Singapore with us. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like and drop a comment for any of your questions. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to join our travel community. We've got more exciting destination tips and itineraries coming your way.